topic is about Chapter 9, Literary Masterpiece of Dr. Jose Rizal. Jose Rizal was a Filipino writer, activist, doctor, and a political martyr. His execution at age 35 for the crime of rebellion was a turning point for the country. He strove to defend with political literature and reform propaganda. Rizal's Jurassic body of work echoes the social inequities, patriotic passion that would come to define the Philippines at turn of the 19th century. Although Jose Rizal died for his country at young age, his list of literary works surpasses many writers who lived a full lifetime. These works are notable for both their place in Filipino independence and for their beautiful language.
Rizal's novel. Rizal's most famous novel is No Limitang Hara, drew attention to the unjust Spanish rule in the Philippines after its 1887 publication. It is still widely read all over the world today, as is the novel sequel El Filibusterismo in 1891. Both books were originally written in Spanish but are most frequently published in Tagalog and English. The social cancer original title was No Limitang Hare, Touch Me Not. El Filibusterismo, The Reign of Greed. Unfinished Makamisa after the Mass. The place of Rizal satire was effective rhetorical device for Rizal political message. His plays often portray absurd situations that directly echoed Rizal's criticism of the political state of the Philippines. El Consejo de los Dios, The Council of Gods, Punta al Pasig, Along the Pasig, San Esquijo Martir, Saint Equeste the Martyr, Por Telefono, by phone, are some of the books of Rizal in the Philippines.
To the Child Jesus, written by Rizal at age 14, notes the writer's early interest in Christianity and social iniquity. His poems often reflected the dual beauty and cruelty of his country, leading to Rizal's final poem, written just before his execution, Mi Ultimo Adios, My Last Farewell. The poem was named posthumously by fellow activist Mariano Ponce after the writing was found in Rizal's cell. Farewell to 1883. Por la educación recibe lustre la patria. Through education is the nation glorified. Sa aking mga kabata, to my fellow youth, mi ultimo adios, my last farewell. Yun recuerdo a mi pueblo. Felicitation. Flower among flowers. Goodbye to Leonor. Himno al trabajo. Dalit sa paggawa. Hymn to labor. Himno al talisay. Hymn to talisay. Kundi man mi retiro. El canto del viajero. The song of the wanderer. To the Child Jesus. Agua y fuego, water and fire, mi piden versos, they ask me before verses.
Importance of Rizal's literature. The teachings of Jose Rizal has great relevance to the Filipino people, especially the youth, in order to rededicate their lives to the ideal of freedom and nationalism, for which our heroes lived and died. It is also important to pay tribute to him for devoting his lives and works in shaping the Filipino character and to gain an inspiring source of patriotism through his writings. Rizal's ideals and teaching can also be related to the current conditions and issues of our society and can develop an appreciation and deeper understanding of all that Rizal fought and died for. As young adults who have been given the responsibility of governing our country's future, we have the obligation to better ourselves, and what better inspiration do we have than Rizal?
Most important literary works by Jose Rizal. For Dr. Jose Rizal, the well-respected national hero of the Philippines, the pen is mightier than the sword. Through his literary masterpieces, he voiced strong opposition to the abuse of Spaniards and conveyed messages that he hoped would inspire his fellow countrymen. We round up his best works and uncover the underlying meaning behind them. To the Filipino youth, Rizal wrote this literary poem when he was still studying at the University of Santo Tomas. Originally written in Spanish a la Juventud Filipina, Rizal submitted this piece for a poem contest organized for Filipinos by the Manila Lyceum of Art and Literature. Goodbye to Leonor. This literary piece gives an insight into the romantic relationship of Rizal and his beloved Leonor Rivera. The two met when in the province of Dagupan, when Rivera was only 13 years old. Rivera's parents were not in favor of their relationship, and though distance separated them, the two kept in touch by sending letters and photographs to each other. Kundiman. A kundiman traditionally refers to a love song where a man serenades that woman he loves. For scholars, this word was derived from the Tagalog phrase, kung hindi man, if it should not be so, which suggests that people put their faith in a higher being who decides whether or not something is meant for them. No Limit ang Here, one of the most sought-after books in Philippine literature until today, is Rizal's famous novel titled No Limit ang Here or Touch Me Not. Driven by his undying love for his country, Rizal wrote the novel to expose the ills of Philippine society during the Spanish colonial era. El Filibusterismo. This is Rizal's sequel to his first book, No Limit ang Here. In El Filibusterismo or The Reign of the Great, the novel exhibits a dark theme as opposed to the hopeful atmosphere in the first novel, in which it depicts the country's issues and how the protagonist attempts a reform.